We've got commemorative version of 2023, which is the green one, and the gold.
The Soundwave looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite out of all of them. Do scorpions have 8 legs and 2 claws? This was a new character, whatever. Why does he have glasses? I'm so sick of limited. I won't even go to the limited store.
Who knows? I say all this, and then before you know it, I'm gonna have one on my shelf. We're getting off topic again. Let's move on to what's recently released. It also looks like the insides of a jelly donut.
Hey, what's going on, BVC fans? As always, I'm Bobby the Bot with maybe a new look since I've been wearing a tie lately. I don't know.
Yeah, you got Preppy Bobby over there, and I am your Master of Ceremonies, James the Con. And what do we have for them today, Bobby?
Oh, we have another round of news. But before we jump into that, we want to thank all the subscribers. We're on our journey to hit that 2,000 mark now. We did hit 1,000 a little while ago, so thank you all for that. We really appreciate you joining us on this journey. We also want to get a shout out to our sponsor, The Chosen Prime. So as always, if there's figures you're looking for, maybe we've talked about them on the show, maybe we haven't talked about them on the show, but go ahead and check them out.
Yes, and they have a lot more than Transformers, so if you're a Joe fan or you collect other imports, I'm sure they'll have it. So go check them out, and let's talk about another store really quick before we get into things, and that's, kind of pertinent because the HasLab just came out, but Pulse was letting you actually buy some past HasLabs for retail if you were a premium member. Did you jump on any of these, Bobby?
I did not. I actually saw the email and I didn't really pay attention to it. I am a premium member for this year. That will be canceled officially. But I did not jump on there. I did see just from social media about them having the Unicron up there for like 30 seconds, it seemed like, and it was down. So it really goes into me thinking they're trying to get as much money as possible because the stocks are down. They just let go of 20% of their workforce. So they're just looking at ways to make some money right now.
Yep, I don't doubt it. But with that somber note, let's move on to something actually a little happy and exciting. And that is Peter Cullen accepted his Emmy Lifetime Achievement Award recently. So he is the voice performer, and it was kind of cool. He did this little speech, and at this end, he said, "We are one," instead of "till all are one," which I thought was kind of cool. So it's really interesting and, honoring to have somebody that I think is so important to our franchise honored in such a way.
Right. I actually watched a clip. It was probably 14 minutes or so. Frank brought him out, and, just some of the backstory of how they met and how they became friends, and what they used to do, some of the shows they used to work on. Really cool. And it's hard to believe that it's been 40 years of this person being in my life. So it's just a humbling honor to know that this is my childhood and he's finally getting awarded for it.
Yeah. I completely agree, and you'll be able to meet him at TFCon LA, which I'm sure you're excited about. But let's talk about another con in the meantime, and TF Nation is having a mini con in Manchester on March 23rd at the Marriott Victoria and Albert Hotel. The tickets will go on sale at 12 p.m. GMT on January 6th of next year, so 2024, even though that's less than a month away, it's still next year.
Right.
I guess the sold out before, so if you want to go get your tickets. And I think this would be fun to go to, but I know nothing about TF Nation.
I don't either. I would love to go just because I would love to go to Manchester, but any chance to travel outside of the country is always fun. I would like to go just to get a different experience of a different con and see how they do it.
I agree. And the next TF Nation will be in August 9th to the 11th. This is the big one, so not the mini con, which is a very clever name. This will be at the Hilton in Birmingham Metropole. Honestly, I'm not exactly too sure how to pronounce that word. And tickets will be on sale February 3rd, 2024 at 12 p.m. GMT. So if you guys are going to go to this, go ahead and get your tickets. I think it'd be fun, especially since it's in, like you said, it's in Britain. I've never been there, obviously. So that would be great.
Yeah, maybe we should start planning a trip there one year.
There you go. Yes, that would be great. And have a presence over there. Yes. Across the pond, as they say.
Across the pond, yes.
All right, so now there's this. So this is a leaked Transformers 1 premise. Now, did you read this, Bobby?
I did not, and I feel bad because I actually got busy at work when I saw this, and I said I was going to come back to it, and then I couldn't find it, and I didn't even remember what I was looking at to go back to and search for it. So I'm so glad you pulled this up.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and pause really quick and let's read this.
All right.
And we're back. So we both read it. And let's talk about it a little bit, Bobby. And if you haven't read it, pause and read it really quick. Bobby, what do you think? And again, this is all alleged. This could just be some fan typing it up. But Bobby, what do you think about the story?
This is going to be very interesting. It already starts off dark, just from the first paragraph of them executing Alpha Trion. So there we go. He wasn't my childhood hero, like it was with Optimus Prime dying, but Alpha Trion getting offed is serious. So we're starting off with that. I'm still uneasy about Prime and Megatron, kind of building this friendship, but I guess that's supposedly how it started anyway. And then the Bumblebee, he's a janitor who lies. He's a lying janitor. So
that sounds about right for Bumblebee.
It's just far-fetched from the Bumblebee I grew up with. The Elita One being a captive of the Quintessons, that's could happen, but I'm not too familiar with the character of Knockout. I mean, I know who it is, but him being an engineer, I don't know about that part. I do know he's obsessed with his image and things. So it seems okay. It seems like a decent plot. It gets me going of what happens next.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I really like the idea of the Autobots not being a big force on Cybertron at this time, and that there is a group on Cybertron actively trying to stop them, and I would assume they try to stop the Decepticons whenever they come up as well. They also mentioned the Dead Universe, which means maybe we'll get a Nemesis Prime out of there or something. But I guess it wouldn't be Nemesis Prime because this is Orion Pax. But it does have my attention. It doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. I'm more interested in it than
Rise of the Beasts.
Rise of the Beasts, 100% off of this. Now, we can't see it in action, and that might be another story, but we're going to have to wait to see on that.
Yes, I'm interested in how it's going to look to my eyes. Because I've been watching Transformers Animated with my daughter, and I just finished season 1.
Oh, wow.
I hope to Primus that it doesn't look like that. So,
Animated wasn't bad. If it looked like Animated, I'd probably be happy. I don't want it to look like the ones that are out now. The super childish, round, poofy marshmallow Transformers like Cyberverse. And what was the other one that's out that you started watching?
Earthspark.
Earthspark, yeah, whatever. I don't really like the animation on those. It's much too boring for me. So it'll probably, knowing our luck, it's going to be even worse. both Earthspark and Animated for you, and they're going to look I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to something that's a little funny. We don't need to spend a lot of time on this. So NRG's Instrument of Destruction, which is from the Transformer movie, you can now find a karaoke version free online. So
yes. So at your birthday party, this is what we're doing, James.
Okay, sounds good. Just make sure you bring the booze, even though I don't drink. Let's move on to just announced. And the first thing is an officially licensed 3D puzzle kit from Prime. So it's 150 pieces, and these images are courtesy of 2005 board member WP338, which good name. Now, Bobby, you need to get one of these for your collection of Primes. Oh, it's also $19.99, I believe.
So the kid in me used to put together 1,000-piece puzzles, and this being 150 pieces would be very boring. So I will.
But it's 3D.
I don't care. It's 150 pieces. That's very small. So that's not going to be enjoyable. And maybe my kid would like it, and she's 4. Hopefully she takes after me. And like she likes puzzles now. She's up to about 30 pieces or so. But yeah, I wouldn't waste my money on this.
Yeah,
not that it's bad. It's just that it wouldn't be challenging enough for me to enjoy it.
All right. Well, I think you need to get this next one then for your shelf. So this is Trumpeter's Rise of the Beasts model kit. So are you going to be getting this to build?
Negative. As soon as you said Rise of the Beast, I was gone from the conversation.
So I actually saw not this one, but other ones in person at another modeling show that I attended. And they look really good. And I really like the model kits that are pre-painted. I think that's a really cool idea. It's better than YOLO Park saying model kits, and they're either fully assembled or they're like you just clip on the arms and clip on the legs. We'll talk about some of those a little later, foreshadowing. So it's fine for what it is, just not for me.
I wouldn't mind these types of kits, and actually I would probably partake in some of these kits. I've actually looked at some of the metal Transformer kits. I haven't purchased one yet, but I've been thinking about it. But these are characters that I don't like. So, or I don't. Let me not say it. Oh yeah, I don't care for it.
You don't like their designs.
Design of Prime. So I would pass on this one. If it was G1 Prime or G1 figures, I'd be open to looking at it. Even though they don't transform, they're not that expensive, and it would be something that would be fun to do.
Makes sense. Next, we've got a Icon Heroes. I guess that's called Transformers. Where Brooklyn At? And it's a gaming mouse pad. I actually like this. I have no need for it, so I won't be picking it up. But I think it's really cool. If I had like a gaming computer setup, I would probably pick up something else than Transformers. But this one might be up there if I wanted a change of pace.
I like it, not for me, but I do like it. I don't use mouse pads really at all. So that's the biggest reason. And I don't have the space for it. I mean, I could have it right here, but it would just literally be something to have just because it says Transformers on it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it at all.
Yeah, I feel you.
We're
all right. Next, we've got New Age's H61 Triton. So this is the Legends Sea Sprite, and it looks okay. It's not amazing. It's not horrible. It's exactly what you would expect. But that little water splooshy is very, very cool. They didn't have any pictures of it on it, so I got this, I do like this picture, but you could kind of see it underneath it. I think that's a very cool effect part.
I completely agree. I like the effect part. It reminds me of, there's 2 of them, 2 pieces of right and the left for the X-Transbots version. And so I do like that aspect. Clips on to the bottom of his feet or on the bottom of the hovercraft. I think this is a okay figure. I think the arms, the forearms, that it's too thick right there. And I understand it's transformation and it's small and everything like that, but it just looks really bulky there, and I don't really like that aspect of it. But this will be a figure I would pass on anyway. I already have met my quota of sea sprays. I just picked up a third one last week, so stay tuned. You'll see that in my December haul. So
yeah, these look like pool floaties, which is why I guess I'm okay with that.
I can see you with some floaties on, James.
Yes, you can. Just wait till we, go back to Miami. Or not Miami. What was it? Orlando. So right here we've got MPH Studios SO3 Legends Warpath. So they're doing a Warpath. I think you have Prime. So will you be getting this to go with it?
Actually, I have Prime and Beachcomber. And
oh, the Beachcomber was MPH. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
So this one, I remember seeing early renders of it and I liked it. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I'll be honest with you. I'm still waiting on my Metroplex to arrive. And once I get that, I'll be able to see what size looks really well with him. And, MPH is really small. Jesus, really small. And Dr. Wu is really small. I have picked up some New Age and a Magic Square. So I'm kind of seeing what looks good paired with him. And then that will determine if I pick this up or not.
Yeah, I think the smaller the better for that thing. Because that's quite small Metroplex. I mean, to get the scale right, you would need to use these with the Like Toys Metroplex.
Well, the Like Toys is supposed to go with the MPs, so...
But even that's too small. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, the windows on it, unless it's a human city, then, okay, I get it. Like, that's fine. But you would need to... The scale's always been off on him. Anyways... Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about the Like Toys Metroplex a little bit later. But let's move on to some of Bobby's favorite Prime. This is Alien Attack Toys 2.0, so it's another version of it. King of Cavalier, or the Last Night Prime. I've always liked this design. I think it looks like an absolute pain in the rear to transform. But I think it's kind of cool as a figure that's not Prime. If they came out with it in like another color, green or yellow or whatever, and gave it a new name, it would be really cool. But Prime, I don't see him as a knight.
I don't see him as a knight either. Honestly, if this was Ultra Magnus, I would feel better about it than it being Prime. But
explain
the colors. That's only going by the colors. All the blue on the cab makes me think of Ultra Magnus more so than it makes me think of Prime. I think of Prime as red.
Ultra Magnus has a white cab.
It does. Well, Optimus is a red cab. So
yeah, but he has more blue on him than Magnus. Oh, you're talking about with the trailer.
With the trailer, yes.
Oh, okay. That's not how I see Magnus. So
yes,
I understand.
Yes. So okay, so we're on the same page now.
We're on the same page now.
Okay,
yes.
so yeah, so if they said that this was Magnus, then I would be like, okay, I can see you doing something new with.
Oh,
but
we are so opposites. If they said this was Magnus, I couldn't see this at all as Magnus.
I don't see it as either one, but just because
I mean, I could see it if it was white, then I'd be like, oh yeah, that's Magnus, but not blue and red. Yeah,
well, that's also because you see Magnus as
the inner robot. Yeah,
the inner robot as Magnus.
Yeah.
So
but isn't he mostly like teal, not blue?
No, he's pretty blue.
I think maybe the toy is teal.
There's the toy version, yes.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, and that's the blue I associate with his armor.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, and even right here, I as always have something, but even the Diaclone blue, is kind of closer to that. So it's just something that I wouldn't pick this up, but because they said it was Prime, I was just like, this doesn't look like Prime at all, nowhere near Prime. But
go
if they
get
said
it as
Magnus,
Diaclone Convoy then.
Something like that. That would be better for me.
All right. Well, let's talk about these. I know you probably don't need to pick up a lot of these, but I know there's at least one you're going to be picking up, if not two. We got Pangu Toys Mighty Miracle God. They came out with new colors. So we've got old painted version over here, which I think is just weathered. And then we've got a shiny blue version, which looks nice. Are you going to be picking up either of these?
No.
Not the shiny blue one? I could see you going for another one of those.
I have the New Age blue.
Well,
I
you
think
should get this one too. It'll be a little different.
I think. Gosh, I can't remember. It's bad.
And then we've got commemorative version of 2023, which is the green one, and the gold. And I think you should just go ahead and just buy both of these. Even though you already have a gold one, you should just go ahead and get it. And you wanted that green one when we first saw this. I know you're getting that one.
I think I'm gonna order the green one.
Get the gold one as well. Why not?
Because I already have the New Age one, and honestly, the ratchets and the legs on the Pangu ones aren't great.
Yeah,
so
okay.
that, because I want the green one, and that's actually, I passed on the weathered one and the transparent. I'm not getting either one of those, but the purple, gold, black, original, and the green. Gosh.
But that's not all the Pangu.
No, they're all new. I mean, between I have
Between
I
New
have
Age
the
and,
purple.
okay.
I have the purple.
Just making
Pangu.
sure.
Yes, I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
I'll get the green one in from Pangu.
It looks nice. I
like it.
Yeah.
Stop copying
Well,
me.
we don't gotta argue. We don't gotta argue too much about that.
That blue.
But
does
here
look
we
nice,
go. We've got NBK-Ks. Oh my god, this is a lot. NB231-NB232 ammo belt. So you could go ahead and grab another ammo belt for this guy if you're gonna pick it up.
Oh. Huh. Wonder how much it is. I'll have to look.
I didn't see anything. There's no listings for this yet. It's just posted on. I found it on Facebook, but yeah, you could go ahead and get it if you want. I'll probably be skipping this figure. It just doesn't speak to me, especially after having a so-so on that sniper. So yeah, I know you're going to be picking this up though, and you might as well pick up the extra ammo belt for it.
Well, I'm picking it up in 2 colors, so
You might as well get 2 ammo belts. Moving on, we've got Go Better's Bruticus upgrade set, and I think this is the New Age Bruticus. It didn't say. And it's fine. I don't think it's very necessary.
I think the headpiece on God, I always forget his name.
Vortex.
Number 4. I think that is like, what happened? Like, why is his head poking out like that? So I do
but
like.
At the same time, you wouldn't see it because it's covered up by the 2 things on the side.
Yeah, but still, I would want it to be covered, I think.
I mean, I agree with you. It does look better covered, but I wouldn't be spending another 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks on this upgrade set.
Right. Well, I passed on.
It's good enough like it is.
It is. And honestly, even the back plug for number 3, I don't remember what Bruticus looks from behind. Number 3, the part that goes in between.
I see. Yeah.
I would want it to be the same color, I believe. I just think it's weird that it's gray, but because even the picture that they're showing, it looks like it's filled in green. The bottom of the picture.
I think it's gray, but what's really, or silver or whatever, but what's really mixing it up are the 2 green parts in the picture are also gray. Like it's 2 cylinders with the centerpiece.
Right. Well, yeah.
Yeah. And that's all gray. And
so, yes.
Having the gray in the center with split apart with the 2 green pieces doesn't do it for me.
Yeah. I think and this is probably asking a lot, if the major part of it was green to go with the center of the back, and then the little molded piece that's towards the bottom of it, if that was gray, then it would look similar, because you already have the gray guns coming out of the figure, the standard figure as is. But I'm just nitpicking for something that I wouldn't plan on buying anyway.
Yeah, exactly. We do that a lot, but yeah, I don't think this is necessary. But if you really need it, go ahead and go get it.
Yeah,
it's cool that they have it. Somebody's doing it for those that want it.
Exactly.
Yeah. This kind of threw me for a loop when you put this on here. I know you're very excited to get all of these. You like your Legos. This is Rise of the Beast KO Lego set. It's not Lego. It's, technically not Transformers. Yeah. And it's not IP infringement. They just look similar. Anyways, they look fine. If I was a kid, I would probably be very happy to get these.
I think you should get them.
No.
You'll probably talk about repainting them or something like that.
No, if I was to get any Legos, if I was going to dip my toes in Legos, I'd be buying old Bionicles, not these things.
Well, I know how much you love Beast Wars, so I figured this would pull on your heartstring a little bit here.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll wait till you send them to me. How's that sound?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll gladly build them.
Just don't hold your breath, because we have to keep the show going.
Next, we've got Funbee Studios, and they're doing a Transmutate. Honestly, I don't remember much about this character. I don't remember much about the Beast Wars show or any Transformers media in general, but this looks good for what it is. I don't have any connection. You probably think it's the worst thing to happen in the world.
Since I just watched Beast Wars maybe in the last year or two, I do remember seeing him in there.
I think it's her.
Him. Okay, that goes to show how much I remember about it. With that being said, I can't even remember what the purpose of the figure was or the character was. And I remember seeing a toy before I actually saw the show. And I was just thinking, what is this? I don't understand why there's a toy for this non-transforming thing. And honestly, it's not memorable to either one of us, I guess.
Well, I just don't remember a lot. If it didn't have a toy, I don't remember it. I could tell you Injector's storyline, but this, I think it was with Friends with Rampage, and that was the whole thing. It was showing Rampage's like tender side, even though it was a killing machine, if I'm remembering correctly. So anyways, let's move on to some updates. And let's start off with some things that I think you need to buy, and that's YOLO Parts Mini G1 Transformer model kits. So they're labeling these as model kits, but they come fully assembled and fully painted. That's an action figure.
It's a play on words. That isn't a good play.
It's not a kit. That's an action figure. But regardless, we'll go through them. You could buy all, they call it the 6-1 single package. It's $50. I'm assuming that's for all of them. The individual ones are $10 a piece. And there's Optimus and Megatron sample package for $20. So they're $10 a piece unless you buy all of them. You can get one free. But let's go through them. Here's Optimus and Megatron. And they look very competent. I have nothing bad to say about them. And I honestly think you need to go ahead and get these.
I'm not going to get them, but they look very good.
Yeah,
I do. I actually like the way they look.
And here's Bumblebee and Starscream. Again, no complaints. They look like what they're supposed to look like.
Yeah, Bumblebee would never step on my foot. Those are some big old feet there. But yeah.
And here is Soundwave and Grimlock. I love Grimlock's little dopey face with his little arm up. Kind of makes me want to get it just for that. He looks like the dogs with the teeth that go over their mouth, when they're stupid looking. But he doesn't look threatening at all, and I'm sure it's the pose. But yeah, these look great. I just wish they were actual model kits.
The Soundwave looks really, really good.
Yeah.
I think that's my favorite out of all of them.
Yep, they look great. I have nothing else to say. Let's move on to something that's still movie related. These are like shows. Let's go into another movie and let's talk about Scorponok. So Prime vs. Prime on YouTube showed off Scorponok. Here he is. And I thought it'd be most interesting to compare him with the Kingdom Scorponok toy. And I've got to say, it doesn't look as bad as it originally did. I don't know who at Hasbro cannot pose their figures, but this doesn't look as bad. I'm not going to get it. Don't give me that look. It doesn't look as bad as the original stock photos did, because it looked horrendous. But it looks more proportionate there. But this thing's like $25, let's say 28 with tax. And it's as tall as like the smallest Kingdom figure that was $20. That's ridiculous. I mean, I don't blame Hasbro. It's inflation, blah, 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 blah. But that's ridiculous. And look at the paint difference between these two. The new one has like no paint on it, and the other one doesn't have a lot of paint, but at least it's in the right spots.
The previous photo you showed, that action pose with the blast looks really good.
Oh, well, Bobby, you're not saying anything if you don't have anything nice to say. Let's move on. And here's the Scorpion mode. And this is where it falls apart. I think, obviously, the Kingdom is more realistic, but I think the proportions are better. I don't like that it has grasshopper legs. We talked about that before. Scorpions don't have large back legs. But, whatever. You liked the tail last time.
I like the tail. I just noticed, and I don't like insects like that, but I just noticed that do scorpions have 8 legs and 2 claws, or 6 legs and 2 claws?
I believe it's 8 legs and 2 claws.
Okay, so he's also missing 2 legs, unless they're hidden somewhere.
Yeah, you don't want to know where those come out of.
But the picture you showed two slides ago with the blast effects, that looks good.
What about this? I know you love this Wheeljack. This is Studio Series Rise of the Beast Wheeljack from Cheftron. Even if this was a new character called Pablo, I just don't like that head design.
That Autobot sign looks really good.
And here it is in better pictures. I'm going to be like Bobby. I'm going to say one thing positive. That alt mode is very, very nice. It really looks like a VW bus, and it's licensed.
Now, this is funny. My uncle used to have a VW Bug when I was a kid.
A bus or bug?
The bus, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Or van. That flap that's hanging underneath, what is that?
I think that's the shins. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I just
that's the muffler.
Yeah, I hope it tabs in or something like that, so it doesn't just hang there. Maybe maybe that's what it. But this is something that bothers me about where Transformers is trying to go. Again, it takes me back to my Pretender days. Even if this was a new character, whatever, why does he have glasses?
And they're not like, and they do they have glass? Because I could see a Transformer having them on his head, and then they come down, and then like a screen pops up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that makes sense.
Hot Rod had it,
and I think he does have that in the movie.
RC had it rather.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's fine, but yeah,
these look like some glasses.
Taking the design out of it, this posability on this guy's, particularly the shoulders, looks horrendous. just like they didn't engineer it properly. And as somebody who likes different action figures, I'm just like, you could have done this so much of a different way, just to give it a little bit more posability. And I get it, they're very held back by the alt mode because it's licensed. It needs to look like that alt mode. But yeah, the other one looks better. the kitty one, I think that one is a more competent figure than this one. So I would go pick that up if I wanted this figure.
Yeah. No Pablo here.
Yep. But I think this one will be making its way into your collection. This is Fans Hobbies MB-15C. So it's Shattered Glass Armada Prime. He was never in this color scheme. What do you think about this?
Look at those eyes. Yes, this is happening. This was going to be an easy trigger pull for me. So yeah, I'm all in for it.
I'll probably be passing. I have no place to put it. I'm not like you that I want every single MP figure and I put them all. I'm not like that. I look at this and I'm like, it doesn't look like Shattered Glass Prime. In colors, it does. But not the figure. I do like the overall color scheme. I wish it had more green in it, which I guess I'm the green guy that wants more green in figures. I think the trailer combined mode with the black looks better than having these big things on it hanging off his butt. At least they're black, but I don't want it. This is what I wanted. This figure is the one I like. It's probably one of my favorite Prime design, if not my favorite Prime design, without the trailer. And I can't buy it by itself, so I don't want this. Who knows? Maybe it'll be like $100 and I'll pick it up on sale. But I wouldn't pick it up for like what? I think it was $210 for the normal Armada Prime. Unless it's, who knows? It could be at TFCon. Chosen Prime could be selling it, and then I probably would buy it, honestly.
165, hopefully.
I think it was $210.
I'm not arguing with you.
I know. Oh, 165 would be a lot more palatable, but I just don't have anywhere to put them.
Yeah, usually, I mean, I've seen with repaints the price isn't always as high as the main models, but who knows?
I think this is an exclusive though. I think they're making it. Hopefully, they don't say it's a limited edition 200.
I'm so sick of limited. I won't even go to the limited store now.
So it looks nice though. It
looks really good, and
who knows? I say all this, and then before you know it, I'm gonna have one on my shelf.
Yeah, and you just move some stuff around.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to move a lot of stuff around. Anyways, let's move on. We got some pictures of the Beast Mode. I guess it's technically a Beast Mode of Machine One's Endless Equipment Series C Emperor Poseidon. It's Triptychon. And somebody asked where I found these pictures. I found them on Facebook. There's no listings for it yet, as far as I can see. So I don't think it's available to order quite yet. But it looks exactly like what we were expecting.
I mean, it looks like Titan's Triptychon. It looks just a scaled down version of it, which I actually like that figure. And Triptychon is a really cool figure. Probably out of all 4 city bots, he's probably my second or third favorite. And I just think he was just big, and he was one of the few that walked as a kid for me, so he always has a special place in my heart.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with the Beast Wars 2, I think, version of this. I think it's called Gigatron. But regardless, it's cool if you guys want a cheap Legend, hopefully cheap Legends Triptychon. And now we talk about this, which I know is probably going to make you mad. It's Toys Easy's accessory pack for YW2301. The other one we looked at, I'm not going to try to pronounce that. It's about $30-ish, and it comes with all this stuff, which I think is really cool. Will you be picking this up? I'm sure you will be.
Well, I have it pre-ordered. Not the kit. I have the figure pre-ordered, but I found out that there's a deluxe edition of the figure that comes with this. So I'm trying to see how much the deluxe version is, and if I can switch my pre-order to the deluxe version. If not, then I will be getting this.
Yeah, you should probably just get one of these by itself, so you have extra jets to put on all your figures.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. But I do like that it comes with the, the extra subs. So now he'll have two, the missiles and the blast effects and all that. These things, the blast effects are really cool on these figures. They do a really good job with them.
They do. All right, let's get to what I know Bobby has been waiting for, and that's Like Toys Metroplex. So they showed off some more images. I know there was a little bit of debate whether it was a 3D print or if it was an actual one from the factory. I couldn't figure that out from the information online. But here you go. I think this is a great Legends Metroplex because MP figures are going to be way too big. They'll be coming up to his knees.
I mean, it's 4 feet tall, so
I know, but like Metroplex, to have an appropriate Metroplex, you need it to be like 12 feet tall.
Oh yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean, and that's why I can never get behind these city bots because they're too small, no matter what. Same thing with Unicron. He's always going to be too small unless you have him in a separate.
And this is the size of a house.
What? Even then, I think Unicron would be too small. He needed to be the size of the Earth. Anyways, so I just can't get behind him. But either which way, I know you're excited for this. I'm excited to see this in your collection and have it with all the little guys all around it.
Well, this is supposed to be factory made, from what I remember last year, that they were actually going to, they had a 3D printed version that they were going to have actually mass produced. So I'm waiting on it. This is the first news we've gotten in over a year on it. They were sending it around, the world, it seemed like, last year, and it just went silent. I don't know what happened, but this is something that I'm still waiting on a price for, as well as how we can order it. I do remember them saying that if you were a previous buyer from them, then you got first dibs. I don't know if that's still true or what's happening. So there's still a lot of news that's missing from this, but I'm happy to see that it's back in the news. Yeah,
it looks fine. I mean, the only thing I don't like is where the hips are. There's that gap from where the abs are. Yeah. There's like and I'm sure that's clearance for it to transform, but that kind of scares me because one, is it gonna just break in half because it's too heavy, or and I just don't think it looks very appealing. But either which way, let's move on. You'll have to wait to see this in Bobby's collection and look at incoming, but I don't think you're gonna have to wait too long to see this in Bobby's collection, and that is the wonderful Trans WT02 Sky Atlas. So Bobby, is this on its way to you already?
It is on the way.
Yeah.
It just got shipped out yesterday.
Oh, look at you being very on time. So I think this thing does look great. I'll be very excited to see what you think about it. It's about, I think it was 140, if I'm remember, or 135, somewhere around there, which is not a horrible price for a MP Optimus.
Yeah, it again, I think this I was always saying, with the Vega claws, and it looks like he's doing
the thing. That's why I put the picture in. It looks exactly like the spin thing he does.
Yeah. So anyway, but I think this looks like, again, a different version of a Prime that I can get behind. The colors are right. I absolutely love the axe. I can't get enough of the axe. I'm excited to see what this looks like in person, in hand. I'm glad it transforms. And we always said that we've seen figures, we wish they transform and we would pick them up. Well, here's putting, my money where my mouth is. They made a figure that I liked that didn't transform, and now it does. So I'm getting it.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I hope it comes out in a few other color schemes for me to pick up. Because it would be an instant buy. Well, not instant. It would be a 99% buy in Nemesis colors as long as it has enough teal. And then Ultra Magnus White would be very tempting as well.
And Shattered Glass and Evo. And
I'd skip Shattered Glass. Diaclone I'd also skip. Toxitron might be an option, though.
Might. That is.
Because it depends on how it looks. They could do a Toxitron and the whole thing is neon green, and I wouldn't buy it.
Because there's no orange.
So they would need to have some different purples and stuff in there. And he's also supposed to be the tanker truck with the pylons on his shoulders and stuff. So, and that's another. We're getting off topic again. Let's move on to what's recently released. And the first thing is the reissue of Jive has been released. So if you guys missed out on this, you could go ahead and pick it up again.
Yes. Hopefully no one gets any that have QC issues like mine did, but it's fixed now and I'm happy with the figure.
Yeah. So I would have gotten the toy version, but more power to you who want the tune version. This one's all for Bobby. He loves his weird Legends repaints, and this is a clear swoop. So you're going to buy this to go along with that blue transparent one you're going to get?
I'm not getting any transparent figures. The Piss Magnus, as it was nicknamed, was my transparent figure for the year. I would not pick this up. I do love the black deck, but I would not pick this up.
I do like the smoky clear color. I think that's very unique. But I mean, I even if I was a Legends collector, I wouldn't be picking this up. So we already talked about this, but it is out still. So more people are getting it. More stores have it in stock. And this thing looks phenomenal. Have you gotten yours yet?
I have not gotten mine yet. And I was actually looking today as I was kind of trying to go over my figures of the year. And I'm hoping that this will be in. There's a couple of figures that should be here. And I'm hoping that I get a chance to get them so I can review them for if they make the top 10.
Yes, we'll have to see. I don't think any Legends would on yours, but if they did, then you could call yourself a Legends collector.
No, Legends dabbler.
Next, we've got fourth party MP38 Plus. This is the Burning Primal. No bot pictures, but it looks fine. I like this Primal. I just hate the blue head. It is about $70, so I will be skipping. It also looks like the insides of a jelly donut. That's the first thing I saw. Or a Jolly Rancher. It also looks like a Jolly Rancher.
I'm with you more so on the Jolly Rancher. Surprisingly, I did order this.
Really?
And it's on its way. And
what surprises?
Yeah, I had, I got a few more surprises coming. But there was some Black Friday deals that I took advantage of, and some.
Well, I'm sure this one is going to be in your top 5 of the year. That's for sure.
I doubt that, but yeah.
And then finally, we have Transart's Metal Leopard, the metallic version. It is out. You could go ahead and get it and have it shipped to you. And this thing looks great. Don't look at me like that. I didn't order it. But it looks amazing. I'm waiting for Tigertron repaint of Ravage. I don't have a maximal MP shelf, and I don't plan to. So I will be skipping this. But I think this is something you should pick up because you like those colors. And it was within your budget.
Oh, gosh, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, it's like $80.
I did not pick this up. I did not pre-order it. I do not know if I'm going to get it or not.
What do you have to lose?
$80.
Yeah, you spend that anyways.
Yeah, but then I lose out on spending it on another figure potentially.
Yeah, why don't you take some of your Hasbro budget and buy this?
Oh,
don't buy Chase. Don't buy Chase. Don't buy Windblade. Go ahead and just buy this. You'll be much happier, trust me.
I'm having a hard time with the hands. It looks like he has, like sock puppets on his hands.
Oh, I can see that. Again, this is something when we grew up. I grew up with this, so it's normal. You didn't. There's some G1 things I'm like, I can't stand that, and you like it. You know, like you love Pretenders, and I not the biggest fan of them. But these hands, I could definitely see where you would think about that.
Yeah, that's it. Looks like sock puppet Cheetor.
Hey, that's fine. I mean, I always thought it was cool because it was a unique way of transforming the head, so it didn't like just sit on the chest.
Yeah, it's throwing me off. I like the blast effects on the rockets. I do remember that from the episode, from an episode or a couple of episodes. So that's kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
All right. Well, look forward to seeing this in his haul, maybe in January, because you know he's going to get it if he says you'll see what happens. And that is everything we have for you. It was a pretty dense episode, but we hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe it. And let's see, go, like as Bobby says, go share it with your grandmother. And if she doesn't know how to use YouTube, go ahead and show her how so she can watch this. Even if she doesn't like Transformers, let her watch it. And what else? Comment down below. Let us know how horribly wrong we are. We love to see it, and we'll let you know what else we think. And there's one more thing. Oh, hit the bell. Yes, we have a very interesting video coming out soon showing out what we're going to plan to do in the new year. So expect that soon. And we'll be doing our top Hasbro and third-party figures of the year. You guys want to see that, so make sure you hit that bell.
I mean, I couldn't have said it better myself, sir. You knocked it out the park with that.
I try sometimes, you know. So most of the time I don't, but tonight I decided to try. All right, guys, that's all we have for you. We'll see you guys very soon.
Yes, as always, till all debates are won. See you next time, folks.